All right, so today we're taking a deep dive into the story of Pelé.
The one and only.
Yeah, you know the name, right? You've heard of Pelé.
Absolute.
Probably seen some of the highlights, the amazing goals.
I mean, hasn't.
But I think there's so much more to his story.
Oh, definitely. Way more than just trophies and goals.
Exactly. So we're going to really explore all that today.
Looking forward to it.
We're using this great episode, The Story of Pelé, from the Bookshelf Channel podcast.
Yeah, they did a great job.
And our mission today is to explore, I guess, how this kid from, real poverty became like a global superstar.
Yeah, how he transcended the sport.
Exactly. And how his impact goes, like way beyond football.
It really does. It's fascinating.
I mean, over 1,000 goals. That's insane.
Yeah, we'll put that into context because it's just mind-blowing.
We'll get into all that.
Yeah.
But first, let's go back to the beginning, right?
Right.
Brazil, 1940, a small town called Três Corações.
Not exactly a glamorous start.
No, not a glamorous start at all. This is where Edson Arantes do Nascimento, who we know as Pelé, was born.
Yeah, that's the name on the birth certificate.
And his early life, well, it was really rough.
It was real poverty. I mean, his family, they really struggled.
Yeah, and that experience, I think, really shaped him.
Oh, absolutely. That kind of hardship, it builds something in you.
Yeah, like a hunger, a drive.
A resilience, a determination to succeed.
It's almost like that difficult upbringing kind of fueled his ambition.
Yeah, it's a common thread, you see.
Yeah.
A lot of successful people, they come from, tough background.
Makes you tougher,
It does.
Yeah.
It's like that saying, what doesn't kill you
Yeah.
makes you stronger.
Makes you stronger, exactly. And
for Pele, that drive found its outlet in football.
right, even as a little kid.
They say he was playing with like socks stuffed with paper, makeshift balls. But you could see it even then, the talent.
So then at 15 years old,
Yeah, still just a kid.
he joined Santos FC, a professional club.
That's a big deal.
Huge deal. And then, get this, just a year later,
Unbelievable.
he's playing for the Brazilian national team.
16 years old? I mean, come on.
Not that unheard of.
Yeah.
Like, even today.
It's unheard of.
It's unheard of. So what was it about him at that age that made him stand out so much?
It was more than just skill, because a lot of kids have skill.
Right.
He had this incredible football IQ, his vision,
Mhm.
the way he could anticipate plays, his speed, obviously. But it was like he was always a step ahead,
Thinking ahead.
always thinking ahead, you
Yep.
know.
Yeah.
And you could tell even then, this kid, he was destined for greatness.
And then there's the 1958 World Cup, right?
Oh, legendary!
17 years old, leading Brazil to their first ever World Cup win.
Can you imagine the pressure?
I can't even fathom like the
Isn't it
pressure.
immense?
But beyond the fairy tale of it all,
Yeah.
what made Pele's performance so groundbreaking? Like, did he change how the game was played?
Absolutely. Before Pele, football was a bit more, I don't know, rigid,
Yeah.
more tactical.
Right.
But Pele brought this dynamism, this flair, this creativity.
There's joy.
Yeah, this joy. And it wasn't just about scoring goals, which he did a lot of, obviously.
Yeah, right.
But he was a playmaker. He created chances for his teammates. He inspired them.
He elevated everyone around him.
Exactly. So his impact on that tournament, it went way beyond just the score sheet.
Yeah.
It signaled a shift in how football could be played.
Like a new era.
A new era, exactly.
And he didn't stop there. 2 more World Cup titles, 62 and 70.
3 World Cups. I mean, come on.
It's crazy.
Nobody's done that since.
Like he was like rewriting the rules of the game.
He was the blueprint.
And on top of that, over 1,000 goals.
I was looking at some stats earlier. Messi's getting close, but even he hasn't hit that number yet.
It's just it's a number that's like I can't even wrap my head around it.
It's hard to comprehend, like a goal a game for years and years and years.
That consistency.
Yeah, and at the highest level, I mean, that's the thing. He wasn't scoring these goals in, some local
Right.
league.
Right.
This was the World Cup. This was, against the best players in the world.
He truly earned the title.
Right.
Ray,
King.
Big King. And it isn't just about football for him. He was a global icon. Like he went to the New York Cosmos,
Mhm.
and that changed soccer in the US. Like completely changed it.
Yeah, soccer in the US back then was tiny.
Yeah.
It was like a very small, passionate community, but like nobody was watching it on TV.
Yeah.
And then Pelé arrives.
It explodes.
It explodes. Suddenly everyone's paying attention.
Yeah.
He brought this level of excitement, this attention that had never been seen before for soccer in the US.
He made it cool.
He made it cool.
He made it mainstream.
He did. He basically became the face of soccer in America.
And not just America, I mean the world.
Yeah, he was a global ambassador.
Yep. And he used that platform, right?
He did.
He was a UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador, Brazil's Minister of Sport.
He really understood the power of his voice,
Yeah.
and he wasn't afraid to use it.
He advocated for education,
Equality.
social change. I mean, he transcended sport.
He did. He believed in the power of sport to bring people together.
To make a difference.
Yeah, to make the world a better place.
His story is it's inspiring, right?
It is.
It proves that even coming from, the toughest beginnings, with talent, with
It's
dedication,
a passion.
you can achieve amazing things.
And it's a reminder that greatness can come from anywhere.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you're born, what your background is.
It's about what you do with it.
It's about the work you put in, the fire in your belly,
That fire.
that hunger to succeed.
And not just achieving for yourself, but like using your platform, like Pele did, to make a difference.
To give back, to inspire others.
Yeah, so I mean, we've covered a lot from poverty to global icon, record-breaking goals, and a legacy that goes way beyond football.
It's a remarkable story.
It really is. And here's something I was thinking about, and I'd love to hear what you think. But how did Pele's early life, growing up in poverty, how did that directly impact like his style on the pitch?
That's a good question.
Did it give him that extra edge?
I think it had to, when you've struggled, when you've known hardship,
Yeah.
you fight harder, you appreciate every opportunity.
You don't take anything for granted.
Exactly. And I think you can see that in the way Pele played.
That passion, that intensity.
Yeah, like every game was a chance to prove himself, to rise above his circumstances.
I think you're right. And what other athletes beyond just being great at their sport have had that kind of global impact like Pele?
Yeah. Ooh, that's a tough one.
It is a tough. I mean, there are a few, but
Pele, he was in a category of his own, I think.
yeah, in terms of that impact,
Yeah, that ability to transcend the sport, to become a symbol of hope, of inspiration.
Yeah,
It's a rare quality.
it is. It is. Well, those are some great questions to think about.
Lots to ponder.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the incredible life of Pele.
It's been a pleasure.
There's always more to learn, so keep exploring.
Keep digging. Keep watching those highlights.
And we'll see you next time.
See you then.